I know you have one, two spirits there in your house or apartment. Uh, have you noticed them kind of like
No,
being out more?
I think he's chilling over in my neighbors next door. She's been telling me there's all kinds of stuff going on over there, knocking at night. So I think he got bored with me, and he's kind of hanging out over there now. It's been pretty quiet here.
Hmm. Okay.
That's kind of interesting. That how does your neighbor feel about it?
Well, she's psychic, so she
Oh, okay,
enjoys
yeah,
it. Yeah. She enjoys it.
yeah, that
Now,
makes
he's
sense.
pretty quiet. He really
Yeah,
doesn't. I don't know what it is. He really doesn't talk that much. There's I've had numerous psychics here just visiting, and he's only ever talked to one. He just kind of, when he's here, he'll walk back and forth between the office and the bedroom, um, just kind of observing everything.
Hmm.
But it seems like he's trying to get her attention for some reason. So hopefully he'll open up, tell us a little
yeah.
bit more about him.
Of course, you never know time is if time is different, and it could only be like a few minutes for him. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hmm.
hard to say. So yeah, I assume that most of the shops and the farms out there that are bed and breakfasts are pretty much taking a dive as far as business goes. What
Yeah.
are people there doing to keep things going?
Um, Not a lot, honestly. Even the hotels, I went
Yeah.
by, I drove by the Quality Inn, which is usually packed. And that's where you stay, Henry. And there was no cars, none.
Hmm. Well, you know they're taking a big hit, um, and they're saying probably it's going to last through the end of April, even early into May. Um,
Right, right.
do you
And
think?
there's no reenactment this year in July, so that's going to be another hit.
Right, right. So not just Gettysburg though, but you got other battlefields that's within a couple hours distance around. I assume that they're the same way.
Yeah, I was just, matter of fact, I want to say about a month ago, I drove down to Antietam because if you go the back way, it's maybe an hour. I went down to get a park pass because it's not like Gettysburg where you can just go out in the battlefield. You got to get a pass to drive around.
Oh, you do now?
And yeah, and I just bought a yearly pass, and I'm going to continue to do that now because I want to know more about Antietam. I don't know that much about it, so I want to go down and get one of those, auto tour tapes and just drive around. I never realized, it's not that far away. So my goal this year, if when everything gets back to normal, is spend more time down in Antietam because it's a beautiful place.
Hmm. Wow. All right. I know Jeff's in the chat room,
I'm
but
trying to call him in here.
yeah, I
Let's
tried.
see.
It keeps showing me that he's unavailable. So,
Yep,
all right. Okay.
yep. Skype does not like Jeff
No, for some
for some reason.
reason, it's not. I wonder if he got the new update version.
Well, it shouldn't matter because I'm on it too.
Oh, are you? The new one?
Yeah.
Uh, uh, well, I tried to call you in, Jeff, but it's just not working. It's not accepting it. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, um, I know there's a lot of people who was planning on going to Gettysburg with us this year. I didn't book anything because of my house situation. We're remodeling, and now that this has come up, I'm glad that I didn't set something in motion or book a hotel or anything like that. It's just terrible. So maybe later in the year we can do something. We'll see how everything's going. But if not, maybe we'll try next year.
You guys should come for Remembrance Day. That's a really cool time here.
Remembrance Day, huh?
Yeah, that's in November. I think it's like the third week in November. They celebrate the anniversary when Lincoln came here, and they have parades. And what's really cool is they have an illumination in the Soldiers National Cemetery, and that is absolutely beautiful. That's really something to see.
So, are you writing some new books right now?
I just finished a new one, and my editor has it. Hopefully, it'll be out within a month.
Ooh. And what's this one about? Or can I ask?
This is kind of a dark subject. It's something I don't normally write, but I felt, especially during this time, it's about a woman who lost her small son, and her marriage fell apart, so she commits suicide. And an angel takes her into heaven and shows her that her life is actually worth living. So I should say she attempted suicide. So my goal is anybody that's thinking about suicide, don't do it. And not the great thing, but the really cool thing was the characters are, with their family's blessing, the characters are all first names of not only some of my family that has passed, but the two main characters are sadly, they took their own lives. So I made them into angels. Told you it was dark, but it's a beautiful story, I promise.
Wait.
Yeah, it's got a happy end.
So you made them into angels?
Yeah, they're angels that show this woman, that take her into heaven, and then they show her what life on earth is and how it affected everybody around her, her friends, her family.
So essentially, it's a wonderful life.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
What was that?
That's Jeff.
Trying
Oh,
to be
it
heard.
sounded like an alien.
I'm going to write for this show.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, no, not much. Good, you got my little notice from Instagram there.
Well, your name when it was coming up on the list didn't show a green dot showing that you was on. And Barbara said because you're on there twice, and she said the other one had it with your picture, so that's the one I was trying to call you in on, and it said unavailable. So this time, your other name popped up with the green, and that's the one I called in. So.
Well, I'm on. Yay.
Yep.
And you can hear me okay, or am I cutting in and out already?
No, we got you. You're good.
Oh. So I only heard the very, very tail end. I'm guessing that's your latest book, Craig?
Yes.
And it sounded like essentially it's an update of It's a Wonderful Life?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen that movie in forever, but yeah, I guess.
Well,
It actually came from ideas from personal experiences over at the visitor center. it's weird when you're watching the movie. Before you go up to see the painting, they show pictures of soldiers that have died here, and this one picture comes up, and it's like I've known this guy forever. It's the weirdest thing, and so I made that a part of the story, and he's actually the main angel.
Oh. So it's more like an afterlife angel as opposed to a celestial angel.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So is this going to be a Hallmark movie?
No, jeez, they're picky. I sent my Christmas the Christmas book to Hallmark, and they're like, it's too sad. No.
Really?
Well, does it have a happy ending?
It does, but
Did you remind them it has a happy ending? You should put that at the cover letter. By the way, it has a happy ending. That's why.
Apparently they're too picky. Screw them.
Well, all their shows, are based the same way. You got to have a girl and a boyfriend, and then the guy she falls in love with,
that's it. That's a Hallmark movie, right there.
And so it's the whole same thing, but the movies are told in a different setting and storyline.
Exactly.
But it's still the same thing. So you have to write your book that way.
They didn't like the fact that the father died. Spoiler alert.
That's what sometimes.
But hey, that led to a great ending, I thought.
What you do is you write back saying, "So you never heard of Game of Thrones?"
Yeah. I've never seen that. Don't kill me.
No,
I've never seen it.
No.
Hallmark Channel is far from HBO.
Yes.
Oh God, yes. Yeah. But the references is in Game of Thrones. Every time you're saying, "Well, this is one of my favorite characters," they die. I'm like, what? And you're like, so he's like, well, enjoy the show. Don't get attached to anybody. I mean, there were a few characters that became so important. It's like they'd better not die. It's like on The Walking Dead,
Daryl,
the joke ran. Yeah, if Daryl dies, we all riot. He became even more than Rick.
I wish he would knock him off. Then he could do the Boondock Saints 3 finally.
Oh. Really? So.
That's what their summertime off is for.
Well, now they're off.
Yeah, they're off for a long time now. Are they still doing movies now, Barbara? Jeff? Or
what?
Are they still making movies?
Most of the locals
theaters
are. Yeah.
Yeah, the theaters have been closed for 2 weeks now. I literally I had 2 tickets set up to go to a movie and see a morning matinee and then an evening, and it's like, oh, here's your refund because we're closing for the pandemic. I'm like, what? So
No, are they still making movies?
Yeah, if
productions.
It's union, no.
Yeah, productions are down.
Oh.
Non-union, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure if I had funding, I could go out and make something, but I wouldn't be able to do it under a SAG Media. Probably, I wouldn't be able to do it under a SAG Media contract. They'd be like,
just
"Hey,
think of the apocalyptic movies you can make right now, because there's nobody. In the
I actually included. I just wrote a new script the other night, and I said, well, why don't I set it after the very end of the current apocalypse? And there's references to the virus. And I make a reference to the fact that people can move around because the politicians stopped getting in the way of the cure. I didn't mention which politicians. We know what aisle is saying, hey, we don't want you to get cured.